Sir, magandang gabi po. Unang-una, kumusta po yung pakiramdam niyo? May sakit po yata kayo nung pag-alis niyo galing Manila.
Alam naman yung, kasi bago tumungo ng New Zealand, Australia, may sipon na. Somehow nawala sa briefing na spring pala doon. Spring medyo malamig compared siyempre sa Pilipinas. Sa Australia, mga may allergy rin ako sa pollen. Pag spring, talagang maraming pollen. Ngayon, si Secretary Ona, alam naman yung tagal na sinasabi sa akin yung magpahinga, bakasyon, etc. Sabi ko, darating tayo dyan. So, parang inaagapan, pinipilit. Katulad dito, siyempre bayan yung nakasalali, interest na bayan eh. Kung kaya ko pa, dapat kayanin ko. So, medyo, hindi ko masabi 100% ako ngayon, no? Pansin naman yung pangit yung boses na, medyo may sipon. Pero otherwise, I think I managed, nagpaalam na ako doon sa gala dinner tonight. No? Sabi ko, baka yun yung pahinga ko na muna konti dahil mahaba pa yung araw bukas. Parang 6 o'clock yung last naming activity tomorrow.
Sir, before I ask yung mga issues, pwede pong pakikwento yung mga nangyayari doon sa ASEAN-China meeting and then afterward yung ASEAN-US leaders meeting?
Ano yung pangalawa? ASEAN?
ASEAN-US leaders meeting.
Yung sa ASEAN-China, sorry, dinidivide ko lang eh. Kasi meron yung ASEAN plus 3, nandun din sila. Sa ASEAN-China, basically, pinag-usapan yung, kung contrast natin, noong August, if I'm correct with the date, no? Dahil niya nagkaroon ng foreign ministers meeting, tapos July. Tapos yung statement, yeah. Now, medyo palagi ko napaka-significant yung difference dito dahil meron talaga pinag-usapan na yung COC. Wala pa naman sinabing by such and such a date. Natapos natin yan. Pero nagkaroon na rin ng mga informal talks on the COC. COC is, of course, a code of conduct that will implement the DOC. So, the informal talks, marami na nagmungkahe, hindi tayo lang, no? Hindi tayo tsaka Vietnam, mga ibang bansa nagmungkahe, na i-formalize na yung dialogue tungkol doon sa pag-formulate ng COC. So, I think napaka-significant. Dati hindi mapagkasundo on anything. Dito, may consensus na pag-usapan na formal, para napalapit na tayo doon sa punto na mailalabas yan. Yung ma-formulate at lahat magiging, hopefully, binding na on everybody. At magkaroon na rules, para yung rules will tell everybody what is expected of them, what they can do, what they cannot do. That promotes stability. That is for everybody's interest. Sa China, binanggit rin yun, inulit naman ng Amerika kanina, they don't take sides with regards to the disputes. But they do have an interest in freedom of navigation, freedom of communication, stability in the region.
Sir, did you issue an intervention or did you make any intervention during this meeting?
I don't think I missed on intervening in any of the sessions that we've attended.
What did you say, sir? Dun sa China and then dun sa US?
Sadali, kunin ko na yun. Jude?
Sir, while we're waiting for that, sir, kasi sir, yung mga reports that came in ngayon lang, sir, this morning, and then parang nakikita namin yung mga divisions, yung mga rifts within the ASEAN region, ASEAN bloc. Ano, sir, yung mga nakikita niyong way forward from this current situation?
Pero ulitin ko lang, kasi laki na nung, di ba, out of the 10 countries, members of ASEAN, there are only 4 who are claimant countries. And each of the leaders present will have his or her own set of parochial problems. Well, maski sinong tao naman siguro, hindi naghahako ng pakidagdagan mo nga yung problema kung hinaharap. No? But in this particular case, Singapore, which is not a claimant country, no, was one of the voices that was saying you need to formalize yung talks leading up to the COC. Or formalize the talks that will formulate the COC, I think is the better way of saying it. Tapos lahat naman yan, may continuances, no? So, again, yung particular rule in ASEAN is out of 10, hindi majority rules, consensus building. Pag may isa nag-object, wala. So, for that position of formulating the COC, whereas before, there was no discussion of when to formulate it. It's, I think, a very significant step. So, I think we should be thankful, no, that our positions now, things like yung claimant countries amongst ASEAN settle amongst themselves. Then we talk to the other claimant countries who are not part of ASEAN. Parang one can construe that this dialogue was more or less akin to our position. So, okay. ASEAN plus 3 was China, Japan, and Korea. Yeah? So, yung talked about centrality, yung centrality as a concept in ASEAN, basahin ko na lang, mas madali siguro intindihin kung babasahin ko. Among the principles that the ASEAN community has pledged to abide by is that of centrality. It should also be foremost in our minds as we address concerns in the East Asia Maritime region. Prevailing tensions in the area stand to impact regional peace and stability. As we are bound by shared aspirations, so too are we bound by shared responsibilities. The challenges that we shirk from today will be the ones that plague us tomorrow. We reiterate our call on all parties concerned to avoid the threat or use of force, to adhere to universally recognized principles of international law in settling disputes, particularly those under the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, because respect for the rule of law remains a great equalizer in relations amongst nations. So, conversely, in the absence of clear rules for everyone to follow, tensions do not subside but only remain dormant, lasting resolutions remain elusive, respect becomes subject to whim and discretion, rather than an imperative that should be granted to and extended by all members of the community of nations. It is my hope that in the coming years we will look back on today and see a time when the ASEAN community came together, unlocked its full potential, a time when shoulder to shoulder we took our first steps towards a unified Southeast Asia that in recognizing its singular destiny fully harnesses the energies born of diversity. Sa +3, sumunod sa China.
China, no? As a nation that has only recently taken its first steps towards equitable progress, the Philippines looks to China to set the example of wise and peace-seeking leadership. After all, a China that is benevolent and generous towards its smaller neighbors can enhance stability in the region and allow each of our nations to sustain the growth we have so far experienced despite global uncertainties. And so as we keep avenues for positive dialogue open, so do we wish that unnecessary disruptions in our growth are avoided. A platform for cooperation was the first expanded ASEAN Maritime Forum, which my country hosted in Manila last month. Here, stakeholders tackled, among other issues, marine environment protection, sea piracy, seafarers training, the promotion of ecotourism and fishery, and the upgrading of infrastructure and equipment. The forum saw an offer of the United States to launch an expanded ASEAN Seafarers Training, or EAST program, which will strengthen vessel security and build the capacity of seafarers against acts of piracy. This is especially relevant to the Philippines since my people compose a full quarter of the entire world seafaring population. In an increasingly interconnected world, it is my hope that our countries continue to explore opportunities to cooperate and to strengthen our linkages through respect and reasonability with an eye on the fulfillment of our shared aspirations for humanity. U.S. I wish to extend my sincerest congratulations to President Obama on winning his second term. May I also note that this is your first foreign trip since your re-election. Your coming here signals the deepening interest the United States has in our region. Under the leadership of President Obama, the United States of America has been rebalancing towards our region, and their presence today adds a special dimension to our regional discussions, particularly on issues that have far-reaching political and economic implications. It is especially vital to have the world's largest national economy involved in the discussions, considering the interconnectedness of our current milieu. Each one of our nations has a stake in the stability of Southeast Asia. The United States understands this and, for this reason, has chosen to work with us to ensure the peace and continuous advancement of our region. Our region is very diverse, and its harmony can easily be disrupted by sheer political, military, or economic might. Imbalance, as we know, leads to may may lead to instability. While we are all aware that the U.S. does not take sides in disputes, they do have a strategic stake in the freedom of navigation, unimpeded commerce, and the maintenance of peace and stability in the South China Sea. In this regard, the Philippines firmly believes that territorial and maritime disputes should be settled peacefully and in accordance with the rule of law. We continue to support the further inclusion of economies active in the region in these discussions. They serve to expand our capacities as an organization, and they will certainly accelerate our progress in the pursuit of shared prosperity for the region.
Sensya na kayo, ine-edit ko kasi nung sinasabi yan, o bago sinabi, at hindi naintindihan ni Sunny yung aking very nice handwriting.
Sir, in your statement that was read by Secretary Coloma in the ASEAN-US leaders meeting, it's like based on how I understand it, it's like you're saying the US must have a role in the negotiations insofar as the West Philippine Sea disputes are concerned.
Hindi lahat tayo, sabi natin, sama natin sa discussions. No? Sinabi natin may interest sila dito sa lugar, yung lugar na kung saan nakasalala yung mga disputes. No? Hindi naman siguro dapat ipuwera yung pinakamalaki ekonomiya sa buong mundo dahil nga something like 50,000 ships traverse this body of water annually. At biggest economy, alam ka naman puwera sila doon, may interest rin sila. Didikit po siyempre doon sa sinabi lang, hindi kami nakikihalo sa mga pagtutunggali. Hindi kami pumapanig ko kanino man. Pero may interest kami mapanatili na malayang paglalakbay dito, yung integrity ng communications ka, no? Na hindi nagbabago-bago. And may interest sila. And we're just saying that. We recognize that they also have a right to say their piece and to be active, no? Yung in advancing also their interests. Nung araw pa natin sinasabi, multilateral problem, hindi pwedeng bilateral solution. So the more people who agree, the more parties who are disagreeing, who agree to the solution, leads to a more stable environment. Yeah.
Sir, just to be very clear, regarding this bilateral and multilateral problem that we have, out of the 10 ASEAN countries, who are in favor of multilateral solution and who are in favor of a bilateral solution?
Mahirap naman yata ako magsalita dahil di ako nagtanong ng gano'n sa kanila kanina.
Sir, regarding what happened earlier today, do you feel that there was an attempt on the part of Cambodia to force a consensus on the issue of ASEAN-China framework?
Sinabi nila yung point nila. Dapat naman talaga may labas yung lahat ng point. Pero kinorek ko rin. Yesterday pa yata yung sinabi lang not to internationalize. And we said, yung minukahin natin within ASEAN, parang okay na yun. Tapos as a body, kausapin yung other parties that are involved. Okay na rin yun. Doon lang tayo sa parte na yung don't internationalize, the forever after. Hindi tayo komportable. Ano ba ibig sabihin? Kunyari, hindi umusod. Pwede, lahat ba ng ibang karapatan natin, kunyari, dadali sa eat-loss, etc., hindi na natin pwede exercise. Hindi tayo sumakain doon. Tapos ang pinaniwala ko, pag yung dati patakaran nung araw pa, 10, nagkasundo, ayos. May isang tumanggi, hindi matutuloy. So, nailagay na natin sa record na yung we reserve the right to act in our national interest, protecting our sovereignty.
Just my last question. Sir, on the point of the consensus, you said earlier that there were points of consensus that were reached in regard to the drafting of the COC. Where do we stand there, sir? Ano po yung consensus na yun?
Well, ulit sorry kung makulit. Noong July, kailan ulit? Sorry, July. Wala statement. Ngayon, publicly sinabi, let us formalize that there have been informal talks on the drafting of or formulation of the COC. Let us now proceed to formalize formal dialogues on the formulation of the COC. Medyo palagay ko napakalaking difference doon between the two. At doon ako nagiging hopeful na 2002 itong DOC. Kasunod na yung COC. Kanina actually, I think this afternoon, no, early this evening, may nagbanggit na that is the, baka, hindi ko maalala kung si Prime Minister Najib o si Premier Wejabao, probably Najib, para this is the natural consequence of the DOC. Para magkasabi. Sorry pag nandiyo yung quote kung sino, hindi ako nag-note kung sino nagsabi nun exactly. Nandun sa mga notes ko. Baka si Baba pa nagsabi. Pero probably not to Baba. I don't know if it was Lee Hsien Loong. Basta they were saying that the DOC, natural progression, would produce the COC.
Sir, walang targets no, sir, kung anong time, kung as to the time frame?
10 years ago.
No, sir. I mean,
10 years.
for the COC,
Teka,
sir.
ulit Bata ka sa akin kaya talagang impatient ka siguro. Okay? 10 years ago, pinagkasunduan to. Di ba para aliwanag? Ito yung framework. Susunod detalye. Pagdating ng detalye, 10 years later, hindi umuusad. Ngayon, umuusad. No? So, ako masaya na ako doon uy, at least within that time, medyo umaabante na. Yung mag-uusap yung apat, nagbukahin doon. Para wala sumakain sa atin, mali ba yung kayo sa isang kakampi natin?
Hello, sir. I'm Elson from Manila Bulletin. Sir, given po ng mga sinabi niyong progress tungkol dun sa COC, was it part of your expectation, sir, na magiging ganito yung developments?
Yung expectation ko, gusto ko na marinig nila yung boses natin. So, parang nangungumbinsi tayo no? Dito sa brother country sa atin. Parang, ang linya natin, meron ba nakikinabang na undefined? No? Parang besides the general principles. Alam mo, parang constitution. Constitution kadalasan, that's the fundamental of the land, di ba? Pero kailangan ng enabling law. So, itong COC, in effect, ang pananaw ko, parang ganun, parang siya yung enabling law. So, okay, nagsasangayunan tayo dito sa yung mga filosofiya. Pero paano mo gagawin yung mga katotohanan o yung reality, 10 years nga, hindi umusad. Kaya ako happy. Maski, di ba, kaka-recover ko doon sa temperature ng kapraso, may fever. Sabi sa akin ng doktor ko, kailangan mo 2 days magpahinga. Sabi ko, doon lang ako magpapahinga. Yeah? Medyo parang nasulit. Kaya ninaalala ko lang, baka naman nag-adrenaline surge, masyado na to. Hindi ko lang nararamdaman. At pagbalik ko, sasabihin ng doktor, hindi ka nakikinig. Okay.
Sir, what about yung other heads of state, sir? Natuwa rin ba sila, sir? Just like you, sir.
Palagay ko, yung point na napag-usapan, laking bagay na yun. Yung dami nito nagsalita ka, parang pupuwisisyo ko Tapos, babalansin mo, yung interest ng bansa mo, yung mga kakampihan mo, babanggahin mo, etc. Wala ka nagbo-volunteer na dagdagan mo pa yung parochial problems ko o dagdagan mo pa yung problema ko. So yung point para nag-open up, nagsalita publicly, parang more or less kung hindi man, di ba, hindi ko naman masasabi, sang-ayon sila, ito may inaangkin natin, hindi ko pwede sabihin yun. Pero maraming punto na nagkaroon na ng agreement. At yung next steps, parang mas maliwanag na yun, papunta tayo doon. Kasi pinabayaan nga ng 10 years na somewhere in the future. Dito, baka in the future pa rin, pero hindi na ganun ka-nebulous na 10, 15, 20 years old. Hindi.
Kung sinabi ni Prime Minister Hun Sen kanina, did you seek any clarification from him kung bakit ganun yung pagkabasa niya sa mga pinag-usapan niyo kahapon?
In fairness, give him the benefit of the doubt also. No? Kahapon, 3 sila nagsalita, hindi siya nagsabi nung don't internationalize, nag-second the motion in effect siya, or inulit niya, may tinanong silang, hindi ako kasali doon sa mga tinanong nila. Nung magtataas ako ng kamay, medyo napa-adjourn na. O nasabi ko ba, teka, sorry
Sa Eastern Japan po, sabi niyo kanina umaga.
Oo. Kaya kanina, sumulat tayo kagabi, kanina clarify ko na yung, di ba, sakayin tayo within ASEAN, centrality. Sakayin tayo pagkatapos nung kausapin yung other contending parties. No? Pero hindi tayo sakayin doon sa, hindi pwedeng internationalize, which means, pag dinala natin, sa alinya lang kasi, eto nagtutunggali lang, yun lang mag-usap. Alinya ko naman, teka muna, kung di ba, I have 3 years, 7 months to go. Hindi ko na kaya hintayin yung 10 years para next episode dito. or baka kung lalong tumaas yung tension, siyempre gugustuhin natin magkaroon ng resolution at the earliest possible time. So sila naman, parang earliest possible time, will it increase tension? Tayo naman, paniwala natin, baka mas yung as soon as matapos tong issue to, the better for everybody. Siyempre, magiging iba-iba pananaw, priority.
Sir, ano naman masasabi niyo sa pagtrato ng Cambodia as ASEAN chair sa issue ito pagkatapos nung nangyari last July?
Pinagsalita naman ako ng pinagsalita. Wala akong marereklamo sa... Nag-apologize pa siya. Actually, no, at some point, hindi niya ako napansin o nagtaas sa kamay. Tinuro naman ng mga nasa likod niya. At hindi ako hinaharang kung ano man sasabihin ko. Walang publicly, walang behind the scenes, walang pakiusap na gano'n. Malaya naman tayong pinasalita na gusto natin sabihin. Parang ikaw, wala tayong dapat ireklamo.
Sir, follow-up lang, sir. Tony from Radyo 5, sir. Sir, very supportive po ang China sa ASEAN bloc, ano? And in fact, China is one of the biggest contributors po sa Chiang Mai Initiative tsaka dun sa ASEAN Emergency Rice Reserve. Sir, do you think na posibleng gamitin ito ng China as leverage concerning ASEAN policies, particularly dun sa Code of Conduct?
Good evening, sir.
Phone a friend. Call na may tawag doon.
No, sir. Sir, may we just know if your pull-aside meeting with Vietnam pushed through?
Kailan ba natin ginawa? Yes. Sorry, medyo dami na nitong biyaheng ito para sa akin. Dahil ako alam naman yung last time kong bumiyahe bago ko naging presidente, si Ira pang presidente. Kaya ito, ilan na kailan ba tayo this year? 7? Ito. Para napakarami na nito talaga. Anyway, yan, Anatoly, yes, what do you want to know about it?
Sir, what were your discussions with the Prime Minister?
Hindi ko alam yan, kaya ang dami talagang, di ba, non-stop meetings tong activities nito. Sino ba? Wala ka doon. Alam mo, parang ang punto lang, one of the things that we discussed was, siyempre may platitude, yung ganda yung relationship, deepening relationship. Binanggit yung strategic partnership na alok nila sa atin. Nagsabi ako na yung ang ganda ng coordination natin. They had a Vietnamese ship that became distressed. So reported to the Vietnamese Maritime Authorities who contacted, I think, the Coast Guard, who effected the rescue of this Vietnamese vessel. So ito sa reaffirmation,
Sir?
yeah.
Sir, may we also know what our initiatives would be on the first ever ASEAN Global Dialogue?
Yun ang pag-aaralan ko pa pagtapos yun kung pakawala kayo. Sorry.
Hi, sir. Good evening. Sir, local issue lang. Sa Senate, sir, though they failed to pass the sin tax bill, at least they had the consensus this evening about yung 40 billion na target for revenue. Are you happy about this, sir?
Well, of course, I'll be happier with 60, no? Pero may mga agam-agam sila about yung revenues, kung masyado optimistic yung sa projections ng DF. I think, hindi lang, sin tax, if we were to look at it, the revenue, in a sense, parang is secondary. No? Although we're thankful to have that. Pero yung impact on health, yung impact na, ano matawag doon, yung reverse ng ina-inganyo ka, ito, dinidissuade ka. You know, can I just say, no, and I hope the alcohol industry doesn't take it against me. When I was first running Interlac, no, in 1998, I managed to go into a store and roughly the size, roughly ito section kung nasan tayo. Tapos sa binibenta lang, alak, tsaka pulutan. Meaning mani, cornix, chip. I'm not kidding, akala ko minimart eh. No. Walang sabon, walang shampoo, walang toothbrush, gano'n lang, no? Tapos ulit, Secretary has already, I assume, given you the figures of how much we spend on treating people who partake, no, excessively of these sin products. So, the mere fact that we're readdressing yung last time kasi tinignan to 1996 eh. Sorry, I'm just getting all of the facts. No? 1996, medyo hindi ganun ka-level yung playing field, may distortion sa credit, kino-correct yan, mapapaganda yung revenue collection natin dito. Pero para sa akin, more importantly, baka yung mga mag-uumpisa pa lang ay hindi na magtutuloy na maging abusive do sa seed products, di makikinabang yung buong lipunan, yung Estado. So, tatapos na ng House, tinatalakay na Senado, tayo nagpapasalamat na tinatalakay nila at sana mapasa nga sa lalo madaling panahon.
Sir, follow up lang. Sir, yung mga arguments lang about mga tobacco farmers na baka sila yung maapektuhan ng ganito kalaking taxation.
Alam mo, gandang tinanong mo yan eh. Pero yung sa totoo lang, bakit sila maapektuhan? Isang linya doon, yung makikinabang itong foreign producers, etc. Nandiyan ba si Cesar? Lahat ng mga pinalista ko. Alam mo, sorry. Pwede ba kita sagutin pagka-uwi? Dahil ang dami kong notes dyan. I'll give you some for instances. No? We produce, gusto ko sana tangan ko yung notes eh. Pero parang, hindi ako sigurado ngayon kung sticks o packs. Pero something like 5.2 billion. Tapos ang consumption ng Pilipinas is 3 point something. Basta may something like 1.8 ina-export natin. Okay. Yung component ng local manufacture ng tobacco natin, yung farmers natin, ang sabi sa akin, no, ang report sa akin, yung pupunta sa local production is something like 20%. Yung 80% is exported. Yung naging in effect para monopoly, yung 95% of the machine-packed cigarettes, bumaba yung presyo sa magsasaka. So, kung yung nag-level ka ng playing field, na wala yung advantages sa mga nandito na, nagkaroon ng competition, parang bakit hindi makakatulong doon sa farmer yun, na mas marami yung pwede niyang pagbentahan. Dahil ko sinabi na, pero that's one of the aspects. Pero kung sayang, nasa opisina ko kasi yung notes dyan, ang dami talaga nakakagulat eh, na the questions that they're propounding, may sagot ka talaga eh. Hindi tama yung scare tactics dyan.
But at least, sir, you're happy with the 40 billion. That's clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pero baka naman lumiit pa. I'll be happier if it was the original 60. Pero kindly ask me that question when I have the notes. Madami talagang, I'd like to share those facts. Dahil nagulat rin ako, ano pala yan? I never knew we were exporting.
Good evening, sir. Sir, dun sa Aman Futures scam lang. Kasi may mga
Futures.
reports na there are politicians protecting daw yung principal po. And since mag-shutdown nung September, parang may mga politicians involved. Nakarating na po ba sa inyo report?
There are allegations, though. But that is subject of yung allegations sa paggamit ng IRA. Yan talaga hindi pa pwede mangyari yun. So, I will not accuse anybody until I have the evidence. So, we're awaiting the results of the investigation. If I can just repeat what I had already stated when I was home. As early as July, nag-warning ang SEC through their website. DTI said the same thing August. As sometime around that point, no, parang July rin yata, nag-iimbestiga ng NBI. Doon nga yung sinabi, bakit ba nyo iniimbestigahan to? Baka matigil pa yung pagkakataon namin kumita, ma-killjoy kayo, etc. etc. As late as the first week of October, wala pa rin sila makuha. Hindi nagpa-uspong sa kaso, walang complainant. Wala kang complainant, yung magtuturo ng paper trail, yung testimony, ganyan, wala. Para pahirapan i-prosecute. Until, nung nagsara na, September 26, first week na October, sinabihan yung mga victims, pag hindi kami kinasuhan, mababayaran namin kayo. Pag kinasuhan nyo kami, makukulong kami, lalo kayo hindi mababayaran. Umasa pa rin yung iba. So it was only subsequently, something like para second week of October, na talagang may nagdatingan ng magreklamo. At yung latest count is 8,000. Din ko lang nung araw, ni isa wala. Yung dulo, parang kontra pa doon sa nag-iimbestiga. Ngayon, 8,000 na. And mukhang dadami pa.
Sir, how can we help this mga nabiktima po? Kasi the principal left the country already.
Before I left, Laila told us that there is an ASEAN legal MLAT eh. Paki-research na lang yung MLAT. No? But the T is treaty, L is legal. Baka magkamali pa ako. Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty. Okay.
Sir, but do you intend to discuss this pag nag-pull aside po kayo with the Malaysian Prime Minister?
There is already a commitment, I understand, from if I'm not mistaken, the ambassador of Malaysia to the Philippines, that they will assist us. We don't have issues with Malaysia as far as helping us catch the criminals. No?
Sir, aside from this Aman Futures, meron pang ibang na-discover po na
Yung sa
scam din in
Lanao.
Pagadian.
Teka, Aman is Pagadian, di ba?
May-
Tapos yung Coco something
Another one,
is
sir,
Lanao. Okay.
na-discover din.
Dalawa. Meron pa ba iba? Wala naman sana.
Bali,
Dalawa.
pangatlo na po, sir.
May pangatlo?
Mhm. So, how can we parang protect the people po from all this scam na may magagawa ba ang gobyerno to avoid investing on this?
Hindi tayo titigil na mag-educate, no? Pero, parang, sarap tayo. Maganda, tinanong mo ako dyan. Subukan ko paliwanag lang. Pag mag-deposito ka rin sa bangko ngayon, mababa interest. Savings mo baka 1% per annum or less than 1%. Okay? May mag-aalok sa'yo 30% per week. Hindi ka ba dapat mag-isip, ano yung negosyo niya, nakikita siya ng 30%, more than 30% pala in a week para mabayaran ka ng interest mo at may kita siya. So, nung bata ko, sinabi sa akin ng mga magulang ko, if it's too good, it sounds too good to be true, it probably is not true. Pero yun nga, sana maalala ng mga kababayan natin, kaya nga, parang may tukso. Pero mauuna, nabayaran siya. Ay, totoo pala to, ganyan, pinagkatiwala mo. Pinag-aralan siyempre lahat yun. Pero babalik pa rin tayo doon, no? Para mabayaran ka ng ganitong kalalaki interest. No? Paano niya babayaran to? At pag hindi mo masagot na maayos yun, malabo siguro ito pinapasukan mo. Ngayon, ulitin ko lang tinanong ko rin yun kailan natin nalaman to, nag-umpisa raw March yung Aman Futures. And parang not that long later, kasi yung warning ng SEC, nagkaroon na sila ng investigasyon So, probably 2 or 3 months after nag-umpisa, may mga warning na. Ngayon, hindi nila masabing itong specific company to dahil walang nagte-testify. So, pag yung dinamanda sila ng libel, etc., slander, no, mahirap lang i-prosecute dahil walang testify in their favor. So, ulit palang simple-simple, ulit-ulitin ng gobyerno, DTI had warnings, SEC had warnings, pag naturuan natin, kunyari, no, may mga nakialam sa Iran lang, talagang ginamit dito. Kayo, na pagpapublicize na ganito, sana makatulong na talagang ang ganda-ganda niya inaalok, malamang hindi totoo.
Sir, si Boy Sabante. May sinabi si Secretary De Lima na kakausapin daw kayo regarding sa kay Gaudencio Pangilinan, no? Bureau of Corrections.
Well, last time kami nag-uusap kasi, pinag-uusapan namin yung nominees Associate Justice Supreme Court. Binigay sa akin kasi November 13. Ang deadline ko November 22. So as far as the justice sector is concerned, no, kailangan kong denominate. Kailangan kong ma-select, no, in justice amongst the 7, and I interviewed them Saturday, 6 of the 7. Pagbalik ko, I'll interview the 7 of the 7. Then we discuss. We gather all the information that everybody's been able to ferret on all of them. And I will ask the advice of my legal advisors, no, parang as to which of the 7 would be the best nominee or the best appointee for the Associate Justice position. Ngayon, which means na in the order of priority, pwede maghintay muna kay Boji Pangilinan dahil may deadline ako ng 22, ang balikot 20. 20 balikot, 21 meeting namin, sana 21 ng hapon napadala ko na sa Supreme Court.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you.
Yun lang pong mga Pinoy na naiipit sa Israel at saka Gaza conflict. May rescue efforts na po ba ang gobyerno? Kamusta po sila?
Sa Gaza. In Gaza, the number is conflicting, but it ranges from about 119 to 121. I'm told, our information, I think this is the Israeli embassy that tells, well, our embassy in Israel tells us that most of them, in fact, parang the report that I got was only one of them is working in Gaza. The rest are married to Palestinians living in the Gaza Strip. Okay, we have another 41,000 living in Israel, but that's throughout Israel, working actually. No, most of them are our caregivers. The people in Israel will normally have access to bomb shelters. So, yung sa Gaza naman, they are scared. No? Meron isa kasi na malapit ko sa na parang inatake di umano ng Israel. At takot raw sila, pero unanimous na ayaw mag-repatriate. Okay, so balik na naman tayo, parang doon sa Libya. But even given that, no, we have sent a rapid reaction team. The only delay that happened was when they were securing visas to enter Israel, if I'm not mistaken. Ano? Pero they left today. I think they left today for Israel. But the posts in Egypt, Israel, I think also Jordan, others have been alerted to prepare for their own specific contingencies in case these people suddenly decide to leave Gaza. Kasama na rin ako sa nagmimiron. Tinignan ko na naman, ang katabi ng Israel kasi is Egypt, Syria, Jordan. Nakikita naman yung nangyayari sa Jordan, sa Syria, at sa Egypt medyo nagsastabilize pa lang. So, nakita ko, parang I asked the SFA to contact the Cypriot government in case. We don't think that it will happen. No? We don't think that we will have to evacuate 41,000. Okay. Pero we just want to be prepared. Now we've touched base with the Cypriot government in case we will bring our people there as a temporary staging area for repatriation in case it gets worse. Kasi hindi humihinto eh. No? At yun ang pinoproblema natin. Baka lumala, kailangan ready na tayo. Ngayon, ang problema lang as usual, doon sa Libya hanggang, di ba, nasa Tripoli. Hanggang kali na nila sumabog yung bomb, parang sayang naman raw.
So sa ngayon po, Mr. President, hindi pa napapanahon na
wala pa puwapayag na repatriation. And of course, yung pagpasok po sa Gaza, medyo risky naman talaga rin. Pero doon sa Israel, relatively, para mag-light yung damage, ang dami lang raw na nilaunch sa rockets. Pero most of the information that they keep telling me is they will all have access to bomb shelters and therefore they have a capacity to be safe.
Okay.
We'd rather bring all of the 41,000 home. But they will have, di ba, disrupted jobs, etc. May right to travel, etc. May limits rin kung kailan natin pwede i-force evacuation.
Sir, meron din pong mga Pinoy na nadamay naman dun sa oil rig blast sa Louisiana. May isa po yatang namatay.
I think there are a total of 9. No? 4
9.
injured, 1 missing. May isang namatay, pero may 3 missing. Okay. I'm still trying to get details. We understand parang touch base na yata ang DFA. Of course, we've extended their sympathies. We've offered assistance. Pero paalis ako para isa pa lang ang klaro nun. You know? So, I'm sure I'll be getting a report as soon as it's available with regards to the 3 that are still missing.
Hi, sir. Sir, kanina nabanggit nyo na pagbalik nyo, you'll meet with Secretary De Lima dun sa SC Associate Justice, sir.
And others that I consult sa legal. Yeah.
Sir, yung 7th, si Marvic Leonan yung hindi nyo pa na-interview.
He was in Kuala Lumpur, continuing with the negotiations. He was back today. He's back in Manila today, 19.
May mga nagsasabi, sir, na parang may edge siya.
Abangan, nasusunod na kabanata.
So, sir, sa 21st ng hapon yung isasubmit yung ano?
Babalik kasi kami, para 11 p.m. ng 20th eh. So, maawa naman ako sa mga kausap ko, pwede ba tapusin na natin ito para first item, no? So, I think it's about reasonable, about 9 o'clock we'll have the meeting. we'll trash out yung, para make sure, no, last run through, I'll tell them why am I inclined to so and so or to several candidates. Are there any other information that I should be in possession of before I make the decision? Tapos I'd rather be, para wala na question, 22 round deadline, baka naman pag 22 ng tanghali may mag-issue o umaga, na-late ka na 1 minuto, ganun. Para sigurado 21, nandun na, siguro naman wala nang kaduda-duda yun.